Hello my dear students, welcome to the online class. So already I have completed the lesson getting to know plants. So today now let's go for the exercise part of this. The first question is correct the following statements and rewrite them in your notebook. Okay. The first question is stem absorbs water and minerals from the soil. So actually the roots absorb the water and minerals from the soil. So it is the correct form. B question. Leaves hold the plant upright. So the correct statement is we have to remove the leaves. We have to add the word here stem. Stem holds here. Stem hold the plant upright. Okay. So seeth one. Roots conduct water to the leaves. So the correct word is not the roots. Stem conduct water to the leaves. Okay. So D one. The number of petals and sepals in a flower is always equal. So D one, it's not always equal. So if the number of petals are this is some number and sepals may not be the same number. Okay, they may be always not same. So not always equal. So D one, E one. If the sepals of a flower are joined together, its petals are also joined together. Okay, so the correct statement is if the sepals of a flower are joined together, then its petals are separate, not joined together. Okay. So if sepals are joined, petals need not be the joined together. They are separate and not joined together. Okay. Fth one, last one. So if the petals of a flower are joined together, then the pistil is joined to the petal. If petals of any flower are joined together, then pistil not necessarily joined to the petal. Okay, let's go for the question number 2 now. Draw a leaf, taproot and a flower that you have studied in the lesson. Okay, so already in the picture it is displayed here. So you can draw your own leaf, label its all the parts. Okay, petiole, midrib, veins, ventlets. Okay, all these leaf lamina. So you have to label in that. Draw a taproot. Okay, so mention the main root and the lateral roots. And draw a flower and label its parts. Okay, let's go for the question number 3 now. It's very simple here. Can you find a plant in your house or in your neighborhood which has a long but a weak stem? Write its name. In which category would you classify it? Okay, so usually the plant which has a weak stem and it's very long, okay, such a plant is known as money plant. Okay, so usually we have seen which is attached to the wall of the house or attached to the pole nearby the house, it starts growing. It does not grow itself. Okay, it takes the support of any pole, okay, to grow to the up higher height. Okay, so it's because it has a weak stem. So that plant is money plant. And which category this plant belongs to means it belongs to a climber. Okay, because it's a climber. It needs the support to climb. Okay, question number 4 now. What is the function of a stem in a plant? Okay, stem performs many functions in a plant body. So let us make a list of those functions of stem. The first one is it holds the branches, leaves, flowers and also fruits. This is the first function, and the main function is that the stems transport the water and minerals which are absorbed by the roots to upper parts of the plant. And the last one is it also transport the food, whatever the food prepared in the leaves, no, it is again from the leaves transported to each and every part of the plant. Okay, these are the 3 functions that the stem performs. Let's go for the question number 5 here. Which of the following leaves have reticulate venation? So tulsi plant, coriander, then China rose. These are the plants which have a reticulate venation. So whereas such wheat, grass, okay, so such plants, even maize, they belong to grass family, so they don't have a reticulate venation, they have a parallel venation. Let's go for the question number 6 here. If a plant has a fibrous root, what type of venation do its leaves likely to have? So any one plant is there, suppose think that there is a plant which has a fibrous root system. Okay, then what type of venation does its leaves have? So it's trick that if a plant has a fibrous root, definitely there will be a venation is parallel venation in its leaves. Okay, if a plant has leaves with reticulate venation, then what kind of roots does its plant have? So the type of root it has is, if the plant has a reticulate venation, leaf is reticulate venation, and definitely the root is having tap root. Okay, question number 8 is here. Next, is it possible for you to recognize the leaves without seeing them? How? Okay, so you have to identify the type of leaves without seeing them. By seeing just a plant, how are you going to identify that? It's quite simple here. So you can identify the type of leaves that particular plant has by just looking at its roots. If the plants are having the tap root, then its leaves will have reticulate venation. Okay, while if the plants are having the fibrous root, then its leaves will be having a parallel venation. This is how you can identify the plant with different kinds of leaf venation, and you can identify the leaves, type of leaves present in that particular plant. Let's go for the question number 9 now. So write the names of parts of a flower. It's very simple here. First you have to start with the sepals, petals, then male and female parts of the flower, that is stamen and pistil. Okay, so let's go for the question number 10 here. Which of the following plants have you seen? Of course, of those that you have seen, which one have flowers? So almost here there are given the list of different kinds of plants. Okay, so among these, many of them are familiar with you. Am I right or not? Only few of them you do not know. For example, the plants like grass, you know, maize you have seen, wheat, chili, tomato, tulsi plant you have seen, people also you have seen, but shisham rarely it is seen near our village and all. It's usually found in the forest. Banyan tree you have seen, mango, jamun tree you have seen, guava also seen, pomegranate it is found in fields you have seen, all of you. Papaya also is familiar with you. Then banana, lemon you have seen. Sugarcane is much familiar with us because we are growing in our area. So potato, you might have seen the potatoes, but the plants you might have not seen. Okay, even groundnuts also. Okay, we grow in our area, but still few of them we almost 99% we know the groundnut plant, whereas potato is not grown usually in our area, so you might have not seen. But potatoes we have seen, but plant you might have not seen. Okay, so among these all plants, which plants have the flowers? Okay, see here, maize plant has the flower, wheat, chili, tomato bears the flower, tulsi plant bear flowers, people, shisham, banyan and mango, jamun, guava, pomegranate also will have flower, because after the flower only the pomegranate fruit starts appearing. Even papaya will have flower, banana will have flowers, bunch of flowers, lemon will have flowers, potato will have flowers. Okay, so you might have not seen the potato plant, so it also bears the flowers, whereas few of them, grass will not bear a flower. Okay, then sugarcane will not bear a flowers. Okay, so this is the kinds of plants which will not have a flowers in them. So let's go for the question number 11 here. Name the part of the plant which produces its food. Name this process. So which part of the plant produces food? So already we know it. That's very common answer here for this question is, that is leaves. So leaves are the main things which are going to produce the food, and this process of preparing the food by the leaves is called photosynthesis. Very simple answer here. So question number 12, in which part of the flower you are likely to find the ovary? So where do you find the ovary, in which part of the plant? So see here, ovary is located in the lowermost part and swollen part of the pistil. Okay, so of the flower, it's present in the pistil part of the flower. It is at the lowermost. So what we see, so stigma, style, ovary we see, in the lowermost. Stigma is in the front, style is middle, and at the last lowermost portion and swollen portion what we see in this pistil, that is what ovary, where it is located. There only it is located. Last question number 13 now. So name two flowers each with joined and separated sepals. So already I have discussed in the previous classes. So plants with joined sepals, plants with separate sepals. So plants with joined sepals are datura and tomato plants, where you find the sepals with a joint, whereas the plants with separate sepals are lotus and rose. So there will be here in these two plants the sepals are different. So dear students, I hope You have understood the concept of the getting to know plants, all parts of the plant: stem, root, leaves, okay, flower and its parts, what are their functions. And so today we have completed the exercise part of this getting to know plants, a very interesting lesson. So dear students, now you make a note of these all answers, write down, go on reading the question and write down the answers for these exercise questions in your notebook, and try to draw wherever the diagrams are necessary, that you try to draw them neatly and label these parts properly. Thank you and have a nice day.